Hi, I'm Lisa, breastfeeding specialist and registered midwife. I wanted to talk to you today about nipple shields. These things, so really soft silicone devices. You put them over your breast, over your nipple, before a baby feeds, and the baby will then take a mouthful of breast tissue and into their mouth with the nipple shield remaining in place. There's various reasons why you would or wouldn't use these. They, in my opinion, they certainly have a place within breastfeeding, but they need to be used with support of a midwife or a lactation professional. What we have to bear in mind is there is no sort of one size fits all. So these have no sizing at all, which I think is really useless. So it's just a case of hit and hope as to whether or not it's going to be appropriate for you. So I would say always start by measuring your nipple. So we're going to measure at the base of the nipple, much like if we were to measure for a breast pump flange, measure the base of the nipple and the diameter. And then when we're selecting a nipple shield, we can have a look at the various brands and we can say, okay, fine, well, these are in a size small. Well, what does size small mean to this company? Well, on the back, we can see it means it's a 17 millimeter diameter. And then these are the various sizes that we can choose from. This one doesn't even have any size options. It is just the size that it comes in, which I don't think is particularly helpful. So you might waste a tenner. They're somewhere between sort of £8 and £15, these nipple shields. And they come with, some of them are round, totally round in shape. Others of them have little cutouts to allow your baby's chin to sit closely to the skin. For some women, depending on the shape of your breast, some women get on better with ones with cutouts or with ones that are completely round and can really form a really good seal. When your baby is feeding, what can happen with the ones with the cutout is, it's just happened just there. So it can flip out, the edge of it can flip like that and then go towards the baby's mouth. So the rounder ones that don't have the cutout can sometimes stay a bit flatter against the skin. There are also ones like this on the market, which I was horrified when I first saw them. I have actually used them once in practice, and that was with a lady that the slightly older baby, and the baby was not taking the breast at all and was on some special formula milk, but the mother really wanted to have the bonding effects of breastfeeding. So we used this nipple shield on her breast, and we used a supplementary nursing system, so a tube that went down inside the nipple shield. So there was the tube down here, and then that tube then went to a bottle of the formula milk, and then so the baby was able to come to the breast in the way that they were really familiar with. They really liked this kind of strong, hard, rubbery sensation because that's what they were really used to with the bottle. So they were able to come to the breast like that and have their supplement feed at the breast with that supplementary nursing system. But how on earth this would work as like a regular nipple shield, I can't even begin to imagine how. If anyone has any experience, I'd love to hear it. But yeah, regular nipple shields. So first of all, we have to get the right size. So we've selected the right size. We've measured the base of our nipple, we've found the right size, and we've found one that's going to stay on our breast. So first of all, we need to get it onto our breast. So we're going to, there's a couple of different options, but with these we're going to slightly almost turn it completely inside out. Sorry, I've got one pink nail here. So we're going to turn it almost completely inside out. It's a little bit fiddly, like this. And then we're going to place it onto our nipple, and then we're going to apply pressure around the base until you see how it popped there. It sort of sucked the nipple in. I'll bring it back into focus a little bit for you. And then when it popped into place, I then used the rest of my fingers to just flatten this against the skin. And then that should stay in place. So what you can do to help it stick in place, we can use a little bit of express breast milk, just rub around the rim, or even just a little bit of water as well, just to help it stick onto your breast. So you can do that where you're just sort of almost turning it inside out, placing it onto the nipple, using the fingers around the base of the nipple to apply pressure until it pops out, and then bringing it back over to the rest of the nipple. The other way that you can do it is some women will sort of almost pull it really hard apart. I position this here for you. So we're going to pull it apart and then bring it down and press it onto our breast, and that can sometimes be a good way to get them on as well. And again, using the bit of moisture to help it stick onto your breast. So we've got the right size shield for us, so that's good. If you have been feeding your baby with this nipple shield and you're finding that the end of your nipple is actually reaching this nipple shield and you're getting little dents on the end of your nipple from these holes, then that suggests that the length, this bit here, the length of the nipple shield is not long enough for you. And when we're using a nipple shield, we have a number of things to think about, because we need to make sure that this is the right fit for you in terms of the size and the shape of your nipple, but we also need to make sure that it's the right fit for your baby in terms of the distance between the hard and the soft palate, because we really want to encourage that nice deep latch where the nipple is going all the way into the back of the mouth where the soft palate is. So it's often a little bit of a compromise when you are choosing a nipple shield, to make sure that you get one that fits for both of you. So my suggestions are that you, first of all, you start by measuring your nipple, so measuring the base of the nipple to find the diameter, and then choosing a brand that has different size options, so you do not just one size fits all, but that small, medium and large, and having a look at those diameters so you've got that information, so you can make sure that you're starting really at the right place. Obviously you want a product that's going to stay attached to your breast. You don't want one that's going to flip out and come into your baby's face, so you want it to be well compressed against or well fixed to your breast while your baby's feeding. And obviously you and your baby both need to be comfortable. So if there's any gagging, any obvious discomfort from your baby, then that would be a reason not to use it. The thing with the length issue, so this bit, is I don't believe there's any nipple shield on the market that gives you this measurement. When you look at all the different options, there are a huge variety, but they don't tend to be sized with that length information for you. So it really is a little bit of trial and error. So that is really nipple shields in a nutshell. But reach out if you need any support with selecting the right product for you, or some guidance as to whether or not you think this is the right product to help you in your breastfeeding journey. Take care.